It is what it is. You're here. And you're not here. Agua is here. And it's not here. But it is. It left the cup. Went into my mouth. And in about 2 hours, I will piss it out. And then it'll go back to the earth from whence it came. Just like us. You're here. You'll be in someone's cup. Maybe you'll end up in someone's mouth. Then you'll get pissed out. You go back into the earth. I can't stress it enough. Cohiba Macassar. Coming in, Corona what? What did they say? A double Corona. A 7 1/4 by 49, which is a Churchill. So, I don't know why sometimes companies do that. Now this has been aged by Sacco. I haven't got an exact time frame. These cigars came out around 2016, maybe late 2016. So you're talking about might be 6-7 years on this cigar, but I don't know if Sacco bought these at the original time and saved them. I'm waiting for their comment back. We're gonna assume there's more than a year on these cigars. It's a very lovely made cigar. It is a high-end cigar by General. And at the time when it came out, this is before Spectre, these might be top shelf for the Cohiba line. Because back then you had the Cohiba Black, you had the Red Dot. I don't even know if you had the Cohiba Blue yet. I'd have to look that up. Now this was kept in the cellophane for the time I received it from Saint Sacco. And cellophane does have a little bit of sheen to it. A light medium brown splotchy looking wrapper. The question is, after several years of sitting around, how does the cigar taste? Now for me to compare it to a fresh Macassar, well one, I don't even know if Macassar is still a current release. I don't see it in lounges anymore, but maybe it's still released on the internet, and it's definitely been released on like CBID or is it web pages where you get stuff for a stupid price. I think companies like General and Altatus know that no matter what, lots of times cigars, if it's not your main cigar, like for Cohiba would be the Red Dot and the Black, things have a shelf life of interest. I'm not saying the cigar makes a cigar better or worse, but meaning guys at lounges just want what's new. And at a certain point, you got to come up with something new to create more buzz. And then your older stuff, maybe this lounge is like, we're not going to carry it no more. Even though it's a great cigar, it's not about what's great cigar. It's just what's new. It's like going to a gun store. What's the new gun? Or, same thing. Oh yeah, you do this, and this bullet comes out. Wow. So, and guys get bored with the ones they have, and they just got to get a new one. Connecticut Habano on the wrapper. Connecticut broadleaf on the binder. Dominican and Nicaraguan on the fillers. The cigar feels pretty heavy and packed, and the weight of it feels pretty solid. That's a good fucking cigar. I don't know if I told you this. I've been smoking cigars for a long time. Wow, that's a good cigar. Heavy, medium plus off the bat. Not a super long or super heavy finish, but there's enough there to tangle around. But a profile that's really unique. It doesn't feel like a classic Connecticut. Doesn't feel like a classic Habano. Doesn't feel like a classic Connecticut broadleaf. Doesn't feel like a classic Mexican San Andreas. Doesn't feel like a classic Brazilian Montefino. Doesn't feel like anyone's Oscuro. Doesn't feel like Oh, that's fucking fantastic. That's fucking fantastic. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Oh wow, wow, fucking sweet nuggety marshmallows, black pepper, and literally like some mild fruit note, but it goes well with it. Wow, feels like fucking like a little spice on fucking strawberry covered marshmallows. Or marshmallows covered in strawberry. You take your pick. That's fucking delightful. Very creamy, thick, slow, like nobody. Not like toffee, not as sweet as that. Wow. I got nothing bad to say about that. Clearly, the Macassar, we're gonna hopefully find out before I post this review how much time it was on it. If not, it'll be after. But clearly, years on this cigar. I can't say made it better, but it didn't make it worse because I already love the regular Macassar, but it's been a while since I've had one. I think it's smoking great. We're gonna come back. Not a strong cigar, not a dark cigar like the Cohiba Black. Now, of course, this is a Churchill 7x49, 7 and change. So you're in the first, half inch. These things could pick up. The longer you go with the leaf, the more you're getting of the weaker part of the leaf. I can't stress it enough. Read cigar books. A leaf, the most nutrients are by the stem, and here's the tip. The tip's going to go near the foot. I can't stress it enough. So you're smoking towards the nutrient-rich part of the leaf. Yeah. It's like this Connecticut Habano wrapper on this thing with the combination of that Connecticut broadleaf binder. It really doesn't feel like a Habano type of cigar, like at all. So what I mean by that is like a classic, that classic Habano. We review many cigars like that have classic Habano flavors. For example, the Oliva O, which is a cheaper mid-tier cigar, a lower mid-tier cigar, but if you want to know what classic Habano flavor is, smoke an Oliva O, and you can start from there, and then from there you can go higher in the grade of quality and more fermentation. But at least you'll know what I mean by classic Habano. We'll come back. All right, we're back. All right, burn's going fine, not razor sharp, but it's burning great. I don't think I left this out. I mean, I left it out for maybe a little bit, like maybe 2 hours. No cellophane, so it's something in Colorado. That being said, I've been watching a lot of stuff about the cigar as far as information, and I know I said it's got a Connecticut broadleaf binder, and every website I can look at says that, including the Cohiba website. However, the original videos of Sean Williams, the Cohiba brand ambassador, the guy that helped design this cigar, talks about it as a Connecticut Habano wrapper, Rosado color, Rosado grade, and that's aged in wine barrels for 2 to 3 months, give or take. I don't know why not in the specifics, but maybe just being more accurate. I mean, like, maybe some wrappers are ready after 2 months, and some are ready in 3 months. I guess depending on the strength of the barrel. The question is, he says in 2 different videos that this cigar has a Cameroon binder, and I'm not saying he's wrong, but the Cohiba website says Connecticut broadleaf binder. But this Cohiba website is as of today, whereas the video of Sean Williams was when the cigar came out, 2016-17. So which one is true? They both could be true. I don't know. Did they change the blend from Cameroon binder to Connecticut broadleaf? I don't know. Did somehow Sean Williams, when he made those videos, did he make a mistake? Generally, I would err on the side that no, he knows his cigars when it comes to Cohiba because that's his brand. You decide. So, for the record, I'm going to say this cigar has a Connecticut broadleaf binder as the Cohiba website and everyone else, but the brand ambassador said it has a Cameroon binder. Which one's true? They both could be true if they change the blend later on, and or maybe the company itself on the website put the wrong information. He's saying the right information, and maybe they never realized. Maybe he didn't check his own company website, and or maybe he did. They did realize it, and they're like, well, now we're not going to change it because everyone already thinks this. They fucked up on the computer side, so everyone else, when they make the reviews, they look at the computer and say, this is the blend, and the brand ambassador's like, yeah, it's got a Cameroon binder. You decide. The brand ambassador said twice in 2 different videos it has a Cameroon binder. Now, as far as which would make more sense for Cohiba to use Cameroon, so I don't know. But the cigar is nice. It's pleasantly sweet. It's kind of potently spicy, but not overdone. Kind of nutty, kind of floral. Just a little bit of sourdough twang. I mean, just a little bit. But that nuggety creaminess is there, like marshmallows. So it's a very delicious cigar. And it does have a nice little fruit note, and I can't place which kind of fruit. That kind of sweetness, a natural sweetness. More of like a berry. That being said, so what I'm trying to say is this. It is a great cigar. Did the cigar need 5 years? No, but we found out that it has. Sacco bought these around 2018, which means he bought it in 2018, but hypothetically, this could have been, 2000, end of 16, 17 produced, I mean released, and he ordered it from somewhere, and those boxes could have been there for a year. So in theory, just because he bought these in 2018, doesn't mean that whoever he bought it from, their warehouse, or, their store, cigar, they could add storage for cigars, for a year or two. It could happen. So, and these were expensive, so it wasn't like they were flying off the shelves. But, they do have a pretty good following. There are guys I know that really enjoy the Macassar. It's a great cigar. So we know the minimum age post-production would be 5 years when Sacco bought them 5 years ago, but we know when he bought a box, that's not when the day those cigars went into the box. So it's definitely 5 years plus. I'd say I'd probably err on the side of caution. By the time they come from the factory, go to a middleman, by the time somebody orders them, it could be a year. So you're talking about it could be 5 to 6 years on the cigar. Now, of course, when they roll their cigars, the tobacco's already aged, and then once they roll it, it's going to go to an aging room, and a cigar of this quality, I'm going to say probably at least 1 year minimum, where they're going to put an aging room. So in reality, the cigars could have been rolled in 2016 without being purchased in 2016. I'm glad we thought about that. As far as my information, the cigar came in 3 sizes: Churchill, which is double Corona, a Gordo, and Toro, which they call Toro Gigante with 6.552. I think it's a great quality cigar. I think it's a great cigar to fit in the lineup. Before the M and the Royale and the Weller, this was a kind of a experimental cigar for Cohiba. It was like, oh, we've had the Red Dot and the Cohiba Black forever, Dominicana that no one talks about. I think this might have came out before the Blue, give or take. But the Mac, and there was some little offshoots here and there. There was that Jay-Z Cohiba cigar that was very rare. But that being said, how dark is this cigar? It's only 65% darkness, so it's not a very dark cigar. And it's not a scary cigar at all. It's very smooth. I'd say at this point, it's still not medium full. It's a heavy medium plus. It's delicious. It's unique. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to come back. And, yeah, nice burn on that thing. I'm going to come back and we'll see what happens. But as far as the binder, I don't know. Well, we're back. Solid hash. We're going to drop the hash here in a second. It is curving a little bit. With only a 49 gauge and an extremely fat cigar. Not a super skinny cigar, but we already got about 4 inches hash from that. We're not in our last third yet, although jalapeno spice came into the mix. So strength did pick up. I did push it over to the medium full. I'm going to give one more puff and we'll drop the ash. And the ash came off without even a full. Right there it came off. So here's what it is. No tap. No tap. So the Cohiba Macassar. Is it a good cigar? Yes. Is it a great cigar? It is. I feel later on the Royale and the M has surpassed it. You know, as time goes on, they made, I think, even more impressive blends. But this came out before the M and the Royale, even the Spectre. But it was the precursor to those cigars of making, you know, more higher end, different Cohibas. It doesn't replace the Cohiba Red, which is their most famous and their classic cigar. It doesn't replace the Cohiba Black, which is a great blend that they made, and I'm glad they made it. And it's still on the Cohiba website, so apparently it's still being made if it's still on the website. Unless if the Cohiba website is not current. I don't know. I don't know how that works with some brands and their websites. I think it's a very delicious cigar. I think it has some great sweetness, and I think it has some good underlining spice, especially that's picking up here in the late second, third. The finish is rather longer, but not super heavy. So it could be a good transitional cigar if you're going to go to another stick after this. Perhaps something a little darker and stronger as your second cigar. It has a nice vibe to it. You know, it's kind of relaxing. Maybe it's a good late morning, you know, midday cigar. And that nuttiness coming in with everything else, you know, the whole blend is a nice flavor profile. And it was unique just to cigars in general. And the whole profile was unique, definitely to the Cohiba lineup. So I think it fit well. I think it still does fit well. So on the internet, you can find these things definitely at a better price. At the regular retail price, you're talking about $25 to $30. Of course, the internet is a magical place. And I remember the first time I had these cigars, I think I picked up 5 packs for give or take under $30, which I felt like I stole them at that price. And I bought several 5 packs. And I couldn't believe it. But that was years ago. And this cigar has many years on it. So it's safe to say that, you know, 5-6 years on this cigar didn't make it a weak bitch at all. It's an intriguing, complex cigar that will activate parts of your line that's never been activated, because that's what flavor does. So overall, I mean, the whole thing combined, it's not going to feel familiar if you never had it. Although some of the notes are not crazy, but it's just, the whole thing together is special enough to be like, huh, that's different. And I think you'll enjoy it. Now, this is in 49 Churchill, which is double Corona. If you get this in 52, expect it to be a little more opened up and probably a little weaker. If you get in Gordo, expect it to be a lot weaker. Wow. Everything's picking up right there. The sweetness, the spice, all those notes, the nuttiness, all the creaminess, the nugget. Everything is just amplifying. So the cigar is phenomenal. The cigar is going to get a 4.7. I think it's a great cigar. It's definitely a box grade cigar, but you know, if you can get them on the internet, get 2 5-packs for a lot more. 500. If you can get you know, a couple of 5-packs instead of buying a box, save the money on the box. I mean, do it. We're done here. I wish you well. I expect it just to grow with the intensity as we go into the last third here. But great cigar. Appreciate it, Sadie Sacco. Interesting to review an aged Macassar for at least minimum 5 to 6 years. The still was great. The structure was great. The draw, smoke hopper was great. Nothing bad to say about it. And the cigar didn't get like weak or feel like so airy where the cigar just lost all of its balls. That's a really good quality cigar. And I really enjoyed it. I'll see you around. You stay fresh.